Buenos dias and welcome back to another video, my friends. I hope that you're staying safe and I hope that you're staying healthy. I've been reflecting a lot after George Floyd's murder, and it took me back to 1992 and the Rodney King beating at the hands of police officers in Los Angeles. And during that time, and after the riots broke out and the Reginald Denny incident, if you don't know about that, just I'll leave a link down below to find out more information on that. But basically, a white truck driver, pulled from his vehicle and beat senseless as well. My heart really hurt back then. And there was a lot of things during that time that I felt something was really wrong with me. I really didn't feel good for a long time during those riots and while that was going on. And now recently, those feelings have emerged again. And I just feel that over the past almost 30 years, I've tried to be I've tried to be a better person, and I think ultimately, and I fail at it a lot, and I think ultimately that's all you can do is one, look at yourself first. I shouldn't say that's all you can do, but it's definitely one of the first things you should be doing. And I think if we all look at ourselves and look internally within ourselves, I think that's when we start making changes on the outside and with more people, and we start getting momentum. Because there was riots back then, there was protest, and I feel like it's not getting any better. And we do have to stand up as a nation, as a world, against all of this, all of what's going on in the world against humanity and against African Americans, against black people. It's not right. And we can only get better at this if we look again inside of ourselves. So that being said, on today's video, I just want to talk a little bit about a photographer by the name of Ernest Weathers. He documented the civil rights movement. He's originally from Memphis, Tennessee, and there was a book that was written about him, and it's called Bluff City. And there was this quote in it: "We can't simply drop people, great people especially, who do not fit our standards of purity. This is particularly true of how we treat African American historical figures." So this quote comes out of a book documenting Ernest Weathers' life and how he was a documentarian for so many years on the civil rights movement, and also was an FBI informant. Now, I'm not going to get into whether and what Mr. Weathers did or did not do, and how there could have been betrayal in the things that he was portraying as a photographer. But I do want to get into the idea of all of us live in a very imperfect society where we're trying to be perfect or strive to be better people. And I think that ultimately we cannot pass judgment on a black person living in a racist world and expect everything to be equal, to be the same, when things aren't equal, when things aren't the same. And once again, like I said earlier, my heart is hurting again, very similarly to 1992, but as more of an adult now, I feel like I have other avenues by which I can extend my feelings and thoughts to, and I'm able to articulate my thoughts and feelings a little better. But I still don't understand. I still don't understand how a person can have their knee on the neck of a person for more than 8 minutes when there's really no threat to that person. And it breaks my heart, and it affects so many people. Obviously, it's affecting the world in this situation. So I just kind of wanted to put my mind in other places and use this I don't want to say opportunity, but time in history to reflect and start to really look at our history and then look forward, like I did with Ernest Weathers. I'm currently reading his book Bluff City, or the book about him called Bluff City, and I've also recently ordered a civil rights movement black and white picture book that I really want to understand even more. I don't think I'll ever understand how one person can hate so many people. I do understand people disliking each other, but hating to the point of murder, that just doesn't resonate with me. I'm hoping it doesn't resonate with you, but this was just a small thought process of mine. I wanted to get it on video for myself. I just recently passed 1,000 subscribers, and that's not what this video is about, but I was able to monetize this channel a little bit, and that's good for me. I don't really make hardly any money from it, but I won't monetize this video. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm really just trying to get my thoughts and feelings out, and hopefully some of you can comment down below and tell me your thoughts and feelings on maybe racism in general and how we can do better. It would be nice if I heard from you down in the comments, but I don't expect you to, and it's okay. Uh, I just hope that you're all doing well, and that however that you are protesting, that's okay. That's another thing that I guess I've had mixed feelings about lately, is how people are antagonizing people through social media on how to do this whole protest thing right. Protest the way you want to protest. Help this movement the way you want to help this movement. The Black Lives Matter movement. I mean, this is not a challenge. This is not a game. This is a place where we need to get better inside here before the world gets better together. But if we do it here, we definitely will get better as a whole. So don't feel bullied into doing one thing or another. Do it because you wanted to. And if it's just praying, I think praying to a higher source, a higher God, I think that's super appropriate. And nobody needs to know about it. Nobody really does. All right, guys, I know this video was not 100% on photography. I do think that Ernest Weathers has a story to be told, and it's quite interesting because it's kind of interwoven in civil rights and potential betrayal. But that's not what I'm really focusing on. I'm just focusing on that we all are human beings, we all make mistakes, and that we can all come back from those mistakes by being as positive as we can be and being good change for the world to see and for all of us to be equal. Thanks a lot for watching, you guys. I appreciate you. Until the next one, I love you. Peace.